How's it going, guys? We are back with another video here, and it is the Stanley Cup Finals starting tomorrow, Monday, Memorial Day. And yeah, I mean, finally is really all I can say. It's been a long time coming. It feels like hockey's already over because, I mean, this series has been really just, waiting forever. It's been basically a week for the Bruins, nearly 2 weeks. So it's gotten to the point where, play some hockey, boys. Just play some hockey. I just want to see something. So here we go, my predictions for the Boston Bruins and St. Louis Blues series. Now, it's been a really, really good playoffs, I'd say. A lot of underdog stories, and then you have the Bruins that just kind of cruise through. I mean, they won Game 7 in the first round, but after that, I mean, the Blue Jackets gave them a nice little run, but besides that, it really wasn't anything crazy. They're Boston, Boston teams always find a way, it seems like. So, of course, here they are in the Stanley Cup Finals. The Boston Bruins, they're an interesting team. I didn't expect them to go all the way to the finals, personally. That's what I'm going to say. I mean, I just didn't think they had, like, the best team, that was in the playoffs. But, they found a way, and currently in the postseason, they're doing a good job. And what can you really say? I mean, they're definitely getting it done. Right now, Brad Marchand is leading the way with 18 points in 17 games, and Pastrnak not far behind, 15 in 17. But, yeah, I mean, they're getting a lot of production from bottom guys. Like, even Joe Hansen's been really good for them, obviously from my Devils, of course. But, yeah, I mean, they've been getting a lot of contribution. I don't know. To me, the main thing could be Rask. I think if Rask doesn't play well enough, they're going to lose. But if Rask keeps playing the way he is playing, I think the Bruins are going to simply win the series. But, that's what I'm just looking at. Boston's been unbelievable. Rask's stats have just been, like, scary good. Scary good. Here we go. He has a 9.42 save percentage, 1.84 goals against average. That is just unbelievably high. What a year for the 31-year-old. You just had to figure, though, Rask, he's always wanting to prove something. Because, of course, yeah, he has a cup. But in 2011, that's when Tim Thomas was the starter. Rask was the backup. And, yeah, I mean, it's definitely interesting. It really is interesting. I don't know. I mean, it could really go either way, the series, in my opinion, but that's Boston. It looks like that. Again, Krejci's, the top 3 scorers, Marchand, Pastrnak, and Krejci, 18, 15, and 14 points, respectively. Bergeron, I feel like you could, get a little more from. 13 and 17 isn't awful, but I guess, you're getting defensively from him, and that's always really good stuff. So, there you go for the Boston Bruins. And then the Blues, a very similar team as well. I saw a stat today, guys, but that the Blues and Bruins have literally the same amount of goals scored in the playoffs in the first period, the second period, third period, and overall goals. And overtime. They both have 2 overtime wins. It's pretty interesting how that works out, but they both have the same exact amount of goals scored in each period and in total in general. So that's pretty interesting. Score is Jaden Schwartz with 16 points, Ryan O'Reilly with 14, then Tarasenko with 13. Those are really, like, you expect those players to be up there for sure. Those are their top guys. It makes sense that they're there. Perron's been really good, really doing well. Pietrangelo's been unbelievable. Perico, to me, is very underrated still. Very good defenseman. I don't know. There's a lot. Even Patty Maroon's chipping in here and there. 3 goals. I mean, that's not bad. That's really not bad at all. Even Bozak, he'll take 10 points, 5 goals for Tyler Bozak. I don't know. I mean, they're having a great one, but it's the same thing with them. Can Binghamton keep it up? Well, he has 3 rounds, so I believe he definitely can. He has a 9.14 save percentage. Not as good as Rask for sure. 2.36 goals against average. Definitely, his save percentage is not as high as you'd like. I mean, especially if you're in the finals. You think you get to the finals, you probably have like at least a 9.20. But yeah, I mean, he's been really good as well. Of course, he's been really leading the charge for them all year. So that's where they stand right there, the St. Louis Blues. So now, what is my prediction? Henrik's prediction is that the Boston Bruins are going to win the Stanley Cup in 6 games, all right? I do think the Blues have a chance. I want the Blues to win. However, I think the Boston Bruins are just on that run right now. It's Boston. Boston just keeps finding a way. I hope I'm wrong. I want the Blues to definitely win, but I think Boston in 6. If the Blues win, I would say the Blues would probably win in 6 or 7 as well. I mean, I think it's going to be a good series no matter what. Probably going 6 or 7 either way. I'd be stunned if it ended in 4 or 5 either way. I just couldn't imagine it. I really couldn't. And what do you guys think? Who's going to win the Cup? How many games? And who will be your Conn Smythe winner? Let me know. See you guys in the next one.
Neutral zone face-off.
By number 37, Patrice Bergeron,
both paid the price to get this far. It winds up being a short summer for both. But the short summer for the loser does not include having the Stanley Cup at your home. That's disappointing.
But it doesn't mean that you actually like the guy that you're shaking hands with.
The man chosen playoff MVP gets the Conn Smythe Trophy. Boy, is this ever well-deserved.
There's always a little bit of an odd feeling when the Conn Smythe Trophy is handed out, because it's an individual award when everybody is here to see the best trophy in sports presented, and that will come next.
It's often said it's the hardest prize to win because it takes 8 weeks. And by tradition, the captain is the first to hold it high.
No matter where you look in the hockey world over the next little while, that picture will be the first one that you see. It will also be in his home in a prominent position, I imagine, a moment he'll never forget. There's so much going on the ice right now. I wonder if the players are able to soak it all in, or if it goes by so fast that the time that they really understand is when they look at it on video later on. This is outstanding to see how happy these players are.
In what would be his last Stanley Cup victory, Wayne Gretzky gathered everyone at center ice for a team picture, and that has now become a custom.